everybody, I'm Yolanda, aka Creative Mommy of Two, and welcome back. Today, we are doing a WIP and Chat, so grab out whatever it is that is your work in progress, and let's have a little or not so little ramble, shall we? I hope you are all having a fantastic day, or night, in case you're watching this at night. And that you had a wonderful week. Because, yeah, it has been already a week since we at last had a WIP and Chat. This week was kind of eventful. Not too extreme, but still. We've had a decent amount of stuff happen. So, yeah, without further ado, let's just get into it. And let's see how long I ramble on for today, because, yeah, if you've been here before, you know I can ramble on long. But, yeah. In case you don't know the project I am working on, this is, I call it Colorful Tiger. And it is from a store here in the Netherlands called Zeeman, which is actually translated sailor. And yeah, quality is not the greatest, but it's also a kind of a cheap kit, so I'm okay with it. But yeah. I have my trusty notes next to me because my brain is gone again. Not surprising, I need to say, because lately my brain is everywhere except where it needs to be, or at least that feeling I have. I have that feeling. If I also would talk in the correct sentences, that would work great. But yeah, speaking is a science apparently today. Yeah, I'm trying to make as much sense as I possibly can, but as per usual, I can't make promises. So, yeah. But yeah, as I said, I have my notes with me because, yeah, apparently brain is not braining still. And otherwise, I still forget like half of what I wanted to say. And when I stopped filming, I would have been like, oh, dang it, I could have told you this. And I could have told you that. And yeah, you know the drill. And I'm not talking about liking, subscribing, and all that fun YouTube stuff. Even though you still can do that. But yeah, so where to start first? Yeah, at the beginning, that will be a wise decision. First, let's grab a new color. I'm going for symbol 2 because symbol 3 is already done. Yeah, so I spoke with you last Tuesday afternoon, just as I am filming today. It's also Tuesday afternoon. And yeah, I got to the school to pick up my kids. Nothing out of the ordinary. Talked with one of the other moms. Nothing strange there. School door opens. The other, kindergarten class comes out. Nothing strange still there. But then the teacher of my son's class comes out with her class. And there the strange part begins. Or well, strange not per se, but fun / not so fun. Yes. So she came out with a class. And my son was pretty close to her. And she started waving and pointing and all the things to get my attention, even though I directly saw her and nodded over like, I'm coming. But I was at the other side of the playground. Not that it's like that far away, but if like here's the entrance of the school, I stood like there. And it's like a few meters, so it's not terribly much. There was some wax out of the pen. But yeah, so it wasn't too terribly far off, but I was saying to the other mom, like, oh boy, if they are pointing that excitedly when they need to have me, what in the world happened? Well, I think I got in front further like 2 meters. And then my son turned around. And then I was directly like, that's why you needed me. Yeah. Apparently, my son was playing on a skateboard. He was, as far as the teacher could say, because she didn't see it entirely, but a little bit before it happened, she saw that he was laying on a skateboard, like with his belly on the skateboard, as so many kids do. And most likely it was a case of the skateboard stopped, but my son didn't. So apparently he went face first on the floor. And obviously it's always outside, so they are those nice coarse tiles. So yeah, he had his face open decently. Yeah. So she was like, yeah, we cooled it down as soon as we could and everything. So, but yeah, just so you know, this happened. So I also, when I got home, took a picture of it, like, see what our clumsy boy did this time, because we had like a sort of small bet, like how soon would he come home with like his face open. Well, he had a little bit of a bump in the first week. But yeah, it was now week 4. And yeah, he had his face open pretty good because it's still visible and it's a week ago. So yeah, great. But yeah, I won the bragging right because even though he fell on his face the first week, it wasn't that bad. But yeah, I told my husband that I thought it would be like in the first month, and apparently I jinxed it. So yeah, I was like, dang it. Because also on Wednesday, there was a school photographer. I do believe I told you this last week. But yeah, they made pictures for the school calendar, which is like basically all the things that they already know that will be happening, like when they do celebrate certain stuff and when the vacations are and stuff like that. Don't do double check if I'm filming, which I am, so good. But yeah, so the photographer for the calendar came. So it was like, dang, could he seriously not wait until next week or something? Because I told it like the day after, and because I picked up the kid from across the street and I dropped him off at his teacher. So I was like, hey, teacher, kid, teacher, you find each other? My job's done. So she turned around, looked at my son, and was like, oh, are you feeling better again? And I'm like, yeah. It's like, seriously, like his thing. It's like, he is the like accident prone kid. And yeah, but I still don't really like the fact that he managed to do this in picture week. And she totally was like, oh yeah, sure. That's also this week. And she's like, yeah, well, it's a case of like, well, this was your picture in the first kindergarten class. Like, we'll see how it goes in the second one. I was like, yeah. Because yeah, the Wednesday itself, that was for the school calendars. But on Thursday, there also came a photographer, but this one was for like actual school pictures. So like the nice version, so I was like, oh, dang it. Okay, it happens. It's not that I'm like mad at him or anything, but it was a case of like, seriously? Couldn't you pick another day to fall flat on your face? Because to be quite honest, it doesn't bother me that he falls. Obviously, still, it's sad to see, and still a little bit funny at the same time. But yeah, it's like, it doesn't look like it hurt him that terribly much, at least not at this moment. Obviously, when he fell, it most likely would have not felt the greatest, but yeah, not that he was screaming like a day later still, so. But yeah. But I was still like, are you kidding me? Like, does it really need to be this week? Like, if it would have been today, I was like, well, it happens. Pictures would have been done, so boring. Still, obviously, I still would like to have my son learn when to look out, because most of the times he falls over his own feet. This time it wasn't, for the surprise, but yeah. I'm still like, ugh. So I'm really curious to see like the pictures when they come in. But apparently on Wednesday, like the calendar pictures, he was not having it. He really did not want to join. So his teacher was like, well, maybe because the fact like the people taking all the kids in and out of the classes and stuff, because they take pictures of all the kids in the same, that have their birthday in the same month. So yeah, over the entire school, all the kids that have their birthday in May would have been on the pictures with him. Teacher tried basically everything she could think of. But yeah, he was not having it. He is on the like cover picture, because then they do all like a picture of like the entire school together. But yeah, he was not having it for the separate pictures. So I was like, well, as long as he is quote unquote behaving for his like actual school pictures, I'm fine with it, because yeah, I can understand that he's like, why should I go with you? You're not my teacher. Because I think it's like one of the parents of like one of the kids of school, like one of the parent committee. I'm sorry if you couldn't guess by now, I'm still coughing. And I think that will still take a couple of weeks. So yay. But yeah, as far as I understood, like the regular school pictures, he behaved. He had his pictures taken. He also had the picture with his sister, because they are so nice to do pictures with siblings. Well, most of the times that's not too strange, because I know that the school where I went to when I was a kid also did like the sibling pictures. But normally they only do like pictures with the siblings that are in the same school. But this school actually, after school on Thursday, had like a picture moment, and then you can come with the other brothers, sisters, or step siblings, in case they are not always like aware of it. So then you can come and you can have pictures taken with all the siblings. So also the ones that are not going to the same school. So that's always very nice. But yeah, this year was the first year that I didn't need to worry about that, because they are in the same school together. Ah, I love it so much. But yeah, it was something. But yeah, we are terribly aware that our son has a little tendency to not watch where he is going, so he falls over his own feet and ends up face planting on the floor. Wouldn't be a first, and probably also not a last. So yeah, it doesn't come as a surprise when teachers call me over like, hey, do you have a minute? Because I want to tell you why he looks like he's been beat up. Teacher actually on Wednesday morning was like saying that she told him that he looked really cool because he looked a little bit like a wrestler after a match, because yeah, you need to figure out something to calm kids and make them think it's fun, sort of. And she was, oh, we still haven't looked at the pictures. So she apparently, I guess, afterwards showed him some pictures of wrestlers after a wrestling match. So yeah, I guess he would have enjoyed that. But oh well. But yeah, so after school on Tuesday, they have their gym classes. So today after school, they will be going as well. Lucky for me, today the husband will be going with them because he has the early shift today. Like the only time this week. And there came the scrap metal collector. They always go honking through the neighborhood, and yeah, annoying. But it will. You're actually not allowed to do that, at least not the honking part, because it's a distracting thing. But oh well. But yeah, so as I was saying, husband has the early shift today, so he needed to be at work at 7 o'clock. But now he just needed to work till 3, and the kids are also off school at 3 o'clock. So he will be going with them to the gym class. And I am in the meantime making a dinner because he really wanted me to make risotto again because he's crazy for my risotto. Don't know how, but apparently it's something I do right, because also the kids love it really very much. But yeah, so he will take the kids. But last week I took the kids and yeah, I went with them into the room, or at least with our son, to the teachers, hey, so just so you know, he fell on his face today. But yeah, he came in and there were 3 words. There were 3 teachers last week, and they saw me. They were like, oh, obviously calling his name. What have you done? Did you fall on the floor? And then he told them what he did, that he face planted basically the floor. And one of the teachers was like, well, I have some news for you, some good news for you. So he called my son over, sat next to him on one of the mats. He was like, well, today we're going to do judo, and we are going to learn how to break your fall. So I think that will be a good thing for you. And I totally started laughing, and I'm like, yeah, that might be a good thing for him, because yeah, that's not a first. And probably not a last. So yeah. But I do need to say it's a fun teacher, that one. Because also I picked it. Words again. I went to pick up the kids in the hall again. Because yeah, the parents are in the seating area. or however you want to call it, tribune, bleachers, however you want to call it. Stuff where you can look down. And so I picked the kids up, and my daughter, as per usual, was being a slowpoke. She loves to, like, at times feels like grating on my nerves because she just wants to annoy me with her being slow. I do know it's not that she does it on purpose, but still, it at times feels like it. So I was like, Ali, come, slowpoke, and calling her some fun names that I do more often, like Tuttabel. Don't know what's a good translation for it, but it's not a swear word or anything, because, yeah, I'm not going to do that. But yeah, so the kids were doing slow and all, and the teacher was like, sorry, you didn't say that. So I was like, well, I'm going to close my eyes, and when I open them, and I counted 3, and when I open my eyes again, I don't want to see kids here in this room again. And he turned halfly around like, okay, except my own kid, because she needs to go with me. So yeah, I was like, yeah, I think that would be smart. Because I don't think his wife, girlfriend, whatever applies, would very much appreciate it if he would leave their daughter, because it was a girl, in, like, the gym class area. I don't know what's the proper word for it. Sporthal. So yeah, I needed to laugh about that, because I was like, yeah, I can see that you still want to have that kid there. Yeah, I already saw that for today they had like 6 kids or something that weren't able to make it because they were sick or the parents were sick, and yeah, if you yourself are sick, then you can't take the kids, because yeah, you still need to survive there for a bit of time. So yeah, but there is also like a outside of school daycare. I believe they are coming this week also, so there's still plenty of kids. And otherwise the group was a little smaller. That would also be fun, so. But yeah. Also, sorry. So also on Wednesday, we had a dentist appointment. That apparently also did not go according to plan, at least not our plan. So we went there, nothing strange. I went first because, yeah, since I'm still coughing, I'm like, I really want to go first so I can then grab something of like a hard candy so I can keep my throat like soft and not as scratchy and annoying. So I did that. Afterwards, we were to the kids like, hey, who of you wants to go first? Someone was like, nope, not me. Daughter was like, yeah, I want to go. So I was like, yep, sure. Climb in. So they pulled the chair, whatever, looked at her teeth, saw that she had like 2 grown-up teeth, because her kid teeth are falling out. They look like what is like slowly starting to wobble. There were also like, I believe, 3 of them. So daughter was happy. And yeah, then the dentist said like, well, and now we're going to clean a little bit. Those words were not the words our daughter wanted to hear. And yeah, she basically started freaking out. And so In case you don't know, my daughter, who is 6, has NLD, which is a non-verbal learning disorder. And no, it does not mean that she isn't verbal. I almost want to say like that's the opposite of her issue. She has like a high verbal skill. So she understands sometimes way too much. But a part of that NLD is that she has sometimes irrational fears. Or she is afraid quickly, and when something clicks in her brain that she doesn't want, then good luck trying to convince her to still do that. So yeah, she was not having it. The dentist was really patient. He was like, well, I'm going to show you the thing, like, we're not going to do anything. So she holds it like on her hand and was like, okay, fine. So she relaxed a little bit again. Then she said, like, and we are also going to put in this little suction machine. Well, that was where our daughter totally freaked out. I have no clue what the actual problem was, and then was like, yeah, well, we still need to do it, and otherwise if we can't, then we need to refer her to a children's dentist. They are a little bit more specialized in that. And yeah, since she has starting to have her growing teeth, she also will need to have like one of these, like, I don't know what they are exactly, like these fluoride? Not really sure. Like these little thingies. Like these little, I have no clue how you call them. I honestly have no clue what they are exactly, because the dentist that I had growing up didn't do that. They just brushed that stuff right on your teeth, and that was that. As far as I understood, it's something like one of the other contraptions you get in your mouth with like the stuff. Need to have it in for like I don't know how long, and then they take it out and everything is fine. But yeah, I never had that, so I have no clue. But yeah, apparently she would have need that. And I'm like, yeah, well. Husband and I looked at each other like, well, good luck with that if she doesn't want this. So yeah, she told us like, yeah, well then we might need to refer her. And we're like, yeah, well, let's do that. Because I'm like, yeah, I'm not going to fuss more with it. I rather go to a specialist dentist even for every checkup if necessary than her being afraid. Because a lot of stuff happens that she doesn't want and whatever. Not that I really happily go to the dentist, because I also needed to have a checkup and I had a little hole. So that needs a filling. Thankfully, I can already go on Thursday this week. So yeah, I'm quickly done with that. But yeah, we're like, great. Granted, even my husband and I already saw it coming that at a certain point, whenever there needs to be done something, that she would freak out. When the point is there, you're still like, ugh, here we go. But yeah, it's not something that she does on purpose. So I'm absolutely not mad at her. I totally understand. Because, yeah. But still, it's annoying when you need to go to a specialist dentist. It's also not in the same dentist office. It's like a few times over. Thankfully, it's just a 20-minute ride or something, so it's not that we need to drive an hour or something. But as far as we read, they only do the appointments for treatments in the morning. well, the day before we actually got a message from the school that they wanted to have like as many of the appointments as possible outside of school so that the kids don't, well, skip important parts so they don't miss a lot. And then we're needing to go to the dentist that only treats kids in the morning. So we're like, are you flipping kidding me? But yeah, we also try to keep appointments during school hours to a bare minimum. Last year we needed to do that because my daughter had an infection in the finger, and yeah, I'm not fussing around with that longer than necessary. So yeah, there I needed to pick her out of school for like half an hour or something. But yeah. So yeah, I went to her teacher the day after, like, hey, what day do you prefer for this? Because I still want to have her miss as little as possible. Like, is there a day that you say, like, this is the day she misses the least? So that is on a Thursday in the morning as early as possible, because then they have a gym class. And they're like, well, that's the thing they miss the least of. So I'm like, okay, then as soon as I can schedule something, I'm going to schedule it at that point in time. Because, yeah, why would I choose then a Wednesday during the day if I can choose, hopefully, a day that, yeah, that I can just go and basically not bother her too much with it. But yeah, it's still annoying as hell. They would put in the referral the same day, so we could have called like the day after, expect to call the day after. Well, I still haven't gotten a call, so this morning I called them like, hey, I've gotten a referral, I would like to plan that appointment. And I was like, oh, well, let me see, because normally we call directly when we have the referrals and stuff like that. I'm like, yeah, well. So they asked, like, when have you been? I'm like, well, that was actually last week on Wednesday, so that's why I called, because it took quite a time. She was like, yeah, well, yeah, I can understand. So she looked in the system, and apparently they didn't even have the referral in, so I could call my dentist. And they said, like, hey, well, our dentist herself was busy at the moment, so she couldn't ask her like direct at that moment. But she would notify her. And I'm like, yeah, well, hopefully this goes great, but at least on Thursday I have an appointment, so if not, I can ask her herself, like, hey, what gives? You would put in a referral and nothing has happened. Yeah. Oh well. Let's just say that's life. But it's still annoying at times. Let's see, time-wise, where I'm at. Oh, I have time. Yeah, it's now 1:40, give or take. I do just need to be at school at like 3 o'clock, but we're doing the groceries yesterday. Apparently, I forgot something for dinner for today, so great. I just need to make sure that I grab that. So yeah, I need to walk to the store in a little bit. Worst case scenario, I'm just going to go to the school directly after. It's cold enough that a little bit of cooling stuff that I need isn't directly bad. But oh well, we'll see. Hopefully I have the time, but I guess so. It's not that it takes me like 2 hours or something to walk to the store. So let's look at my notes. Oh yeah, that's also on Thursday. So Thursday last week, I didn't need to go to the school to cut up the fruits because, yeah, the store that drops off the stuff, like the day before, the school gets the notification like so and so between this time and this time we expect to be delivering your groceries. Well, normally the fruit needs to be in the classes probably not after 10. Preferably, that's the word I was looking for. They prefer it to be before 10 o'clock. Well, the store, when they had in their planning that they would be delivering the stuff, would be, let's think, between 10:40 and 11:40. So yeah, that did not go according to plan, obviously. So the person that like organizes everything about like that stuff, she made a message in the WhatsApp group for it like, hey, yeah, the people coming tomorrow, you don't need to come because, yeah, it's just way too late. And yeah, we'll just be giving them their fruit and stuff at lunchtime or something. So hopefully this week on Thursday they will be in time. But we'll see. Friday, not much happened. Not even entirely sure if we even did something. Don't believe we did. Yeah, I took our daughter to swimming lessons, which she enjoys very much. Her teacher said so. She was like, well, I do believe she enjoys it. I was like, yeah. As soon as we walk out here, she will be jumping up and down and being like, next week I'm wanting this, and next week I'm going again, and stuff like that. So like, yeah, she enjoys it. Enjoying is an understatement, probably. Which is a good thing, because, yeah, if she doesn't want to swim, then, yeah, good luck. But yeah, she very much enjoys it. So we did that on Friday. I took her this week. Well, last week. Saturday, we needed to go shopping, like, again. Because, yeah, the weather here is being right in the behind. It was like 30 degrees or something, like not even a month ago. And like the end of the past week, it was almost freezing. It was like 6 degrees Celsius. So we're like, what in the actual fudge? Yeah, I'm not understanding that. So yeah, I also rearranged their closet. Some might be that I did that on Friday. I'm not entirely sure, but that might be one of the things I did. But yeah, so I rearranged their closets again, and I found out that we didn't have enough sweaters for our daughter. Our son didn't have a winter coat, so we're like, yeah, we need that stuff, because, yeah, with how the temperatures are going, it looks like next week, well, so this week, we will be needing a winter coat. Come to find out that this week, like, I believe like Wednesday, Thursday, somewhere in that direction, they expect like 25 degrees or something again. So yeah, it's strange weather at the moment. Like it's ups and downs and ups and downs, and not even predictable enough that you know what to wear. So yeah, I'm really annoyed with the weather at the moment. But yeah, so at least I put their long sleeves in the dresser, so have a little bit more appropriate weather clothing. Our son is just like me, kind of warm bloody. So yeah, I'm also like still in a regular t-shirt, son as well. But I took his pullover, I think is the word, like jacket, that's the word, to school, like, hey, in case he feels cold, or he says that he's cold. Here you have something, because with this weather, I'd rather have him have something in school so that he can take something extra if needed than that he's being cold. But knowing him, I also don't want him to get too warm, because yeah, he also doesn't like that, to make stuff more annoying. And yeah, our daughter can be wearing in the winter like a winter sweater, a long sleeve shirt underneath and everything, and still be freezing. So yeah, she had her jacket as well. Yeah, it was necessary again to change the t-shirts again. I was saying to my husband, like, it feels like that I like just took them out of the wardrobe like 2 weeks ago, because I don't have the feeling that it has been that long. Normally it feels like, oh, I haven't seen this in a while, I haven't seen that in a while. Like, what? Do we have these clothes? And I was like, no surprises in the dresser. That's strange. But oh well, oh well. This year the weather has been something else entirely. The rest on Saturday we didn't do anything special, so we got down there with like clothes shopping. We did get a coat for our son and I believe like 2 sweaters for our daughter. But I believe almost all of it is light in color, so I do need to have some extras because that's the laundry I wash the least of. So yeah, I do need to make sure that I have enough, that I don't need to wash more than I have the machine for, because I'm not planning on washing a load of laundry when I have like half a machine. At least I try to keep that to a minimum as much as I possibly can. But yeah, sometimes it's unavoidable, but still. Yeah, on Sunday I finally was able to work on the attic again. So I insulated a little bit more, so I was happy with that. Rest of the day I was totally tuckered out, and yeah, I very much noticed that I had a pneumonia, and I also have like no like condition, stamina, whatever you want to call it. I can't do stuff for long, and it feels hella annoying. But well, at least I've got some of the attic done again. But now I come to the point where I do need my husband, because there's a place where it's like really small, and I was telling him like I really like to do that, but I also like it if you could help, so I could just stay in that tight position and just move around to the next place, instead of like every 5 seconds needing to get up entirely, then needing to get down again, and up and down and up and down. And that's not what I am signing up for, because even though the attic is not warm because it's not fully insulated, I am still wearing regular clothes and like a cover up over it. So it still is bloody hot. And I don't like being terribly warm. So yeah. But at least husband understands that, so that's a good thing. I also now remember that on Saturday we also cleaned out our corner wardrobe. We have one of those wardrobes that also has like a corner piece. So it has basically like a part on this wall and part on that one, and then a corner piece, which we not put in the entire back plate because we also have a cabinet behind that. It's like a cabinet that's like inside the wall under the staircase to our attic. So that's basically like extra storage for like stuff we hardly ever use, like the extra bedding and stuff like that. And yeah, it was becoming a mess. I really needed one of my jackets and I could never find it, and apparently I put it in the wrong spot, but still. So my husband was taking everything out of there. Like, I was like, it needs to be somewhere. Like a few minutes later I was like, wait a second, look there and there. He was like, yeah, there's something. So he showed it and was like, yeah, that's that thing. But yeah, he almost grabbed out like half of that stuff and he was like, we really need to clean this out because I think like most of this stuff we don't even have use for anymore. So I got upstairs with him and was like, yeah, well, might as well do it now because everything is out of it already. So we spent like an hour or something before dinner. Then we had dinner. Thankfully, dinner was something that was very easy. After dinner, we continued working on it. Thankfully, the kids were very much entertained with the stuff they were watching on television, so we could work along with that. But yeah, in the end, I think we put away like, I think like 6 or 7 garbage bags for like recycling. Because yeah, here a lot of the stuff gets sorted out. For example, fabric, you do in the special fabric container. And there also will be, from the company, they will pick out some stuff for, I don't know what they do with it, but yeah, they resort everything and all. So I do believe a lot of it goes to other countries, but I'm not entirely sure, so don't quote me on it. But at least it gets sorted differently. So yeah, husband did drive that to the container in the morning. But yeah, it was a lot. But at least it's done now, so at least for a couple of years we should be okay with that. For the rest, on Monday, did regular cleaning, did the grocery shopping. Husband had the late shift, so he needed to be in work at 12 till 8. So I picked up the kids, cooked dinner, had them entertained, put them in bed, and all the fun stuff. Thankfully, they behaved like angels for once. No, it's not that my kids don't behave, but yeah, they are a typical brother and sister. They at times, it looks like they are going to murder each other. But to be quite honest, what sibling pair doesn't? But oh well. But yeah, so they behaved. This morning I dropped them off. Well, our neighbor dropped them off at school. Because I picked up her son from school yesterday. So he was like, you know what, I can just also pick them up at your door and take the kids to school. Because, yeah, she does like the fruit cutting like 4 times a week. So she still needs to go anyway. And yeah, so she was like, yeah, then you can enjoy your coffee like right in the morning. And I was like, well, it's fine by me. So in this morning I was like, well, should I take your kid again from school today? And so I was like, yeah, that would help. Because, yeah, I've said this before, like her daughter goes to special school and she gets dropped off at home with like a little bus, and that bus drops her off at like the same time as the school of our kids is off. So yeah, that does not help at all. I'm like, yeah, need to go anyway, so I'll pick him up again. So that's fine. So yeah, I will be picking up that kid again today. She also said like that she can then pick up the kids here again tomorrow. So I was like, yeah, fine then. I'll pick him up. If you picked him up in the morning and I'll pick him up in the evening. That's all fine. But yeah, then after I closed the door, I was like, oh yeah, that's true. Husband has late shift again tomorrow. So I guess he will be wanting to drop the kids off at school because, yeah, that's basically the only time he has with them tomorrow, because by the time he gets back home, the kids are in bed. So yeah, I need to remind myself to tell the neighbor that when I drop the kids off, well, kid. But yeah, I got back inside, had my breakfast, and I felt terrible. So it was like, great. Because my stomach was rumbling and everything. So I was like, yeah, great. Here we go again. My stomach is upset now. Yeah, it settled down, thankfully. But I afterwards started to do like my regular household stuff. I hardly did anything and I was totally out of breath. So it was like, are you kidding me? I'm not even fully recovered from pneumonia and here we go again. But yeah, I took a COVID test just to be sure that it wasn't that. Thankfully, that was negative. But yeah, I did temperature myself just in case. And I had a slight temperature, like, again. So it's like, are you flipping kidding me? I've been feeling well for like a little over a week. Maybe 2, I think. Yeah, it was 2 weeks that I felt better. And here we go again. So I was totally not happy, obviously. And yeah, I was not feeling it. So I plunked my behind on the couch and just sat on my phone. So after lunch, I directly said, like, I'm going to film this WIP and Chat. So I at least have that one filmed. Excuse me. And yeah, then I see how dinner plans will work out in the evening. But yeah, I'm starting that I start to notice that I'm feeling back downhill again. I felt a little bit okay. But yeah, now I'm starting to go back down again. Great. And then I still need to do the grocery shopping, so yeah, I'm going to do that. Hopefully I'm not too out of breath by the time I get back, because probably a little later I can take the kids from school. So yeah, this will all be very interesting this week. Hopefully the temperature, fingers crossed, doesn't get back up again and then I'm feeling like Then I'm in bed for the week again. 'Cause that would not be fun. But yeah, at least for now, it's doable. So fingers crossed, toes crossed, and everything crossed. That everything will be going okay. Yeah, with that being said, I think I have been rambling on long enough. It's almost an hour by now. So yeah, I'm going to leave it at this, clean my stuff, do my little bit of grocery shopping, and yeah, take the kids from school. And then I can plonk on the couch or on bed or whatever for an hour, hour and a half. So we'll see how everything goes. But yeah, I hope you liked the rambles as always. If you did, well, you know the drill. Like, subscribe, and all that fun YouTube stuff. Let me know what you worked on while I rambled to you. And if you have some exciting plans for this week, or anything else you want to share with me, ask me. Well, you know how it goes, and I hope to see you in a next video. Have a wonderful rest of your day, night, week, and I hope to see you in the next video. Bye!